Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to Come Grow Spiritually with me, Tarot Edition. I'm Pamela of Unimed, social worker, educator, and holistic practitioner, and I am honored to have you here and come learn alongside me on my journey of expanding my spirituality. So again, I'm not a guru. I am just somebody who's on her spiritual path, who has been called to expand my practices to include tarot. And I do a lot of research. I do a lot of practicing myself. And so I am just here sharing with you the knowledge as I learn it and as it unfolds for me. And I'm just sharing it all with you. So again, I am not claiming to be an expert. I am certainly not a guru. And what I tell you may not be 100% correct. But I think it's like with everything else, that any information that we take in this world, especially nowadays, you need to fact check. You need to do your own investigation about whether or not the information holds weight and is true according to like peer-reviewed scholarly material that can support it. But then also, because it's so important with spirituality, that it's so unique that you take what you like and you leave what you don't, right? Like everything in life, it's about perspective. It's about, and spirituality is so about tuning into you and what feels right to you. And so the way I may interpret a card may not be the same way that you would interpret that same card, and that's okay. So again, this series is all about just sharing my journey with you all and the information that I'm learning as I'm learning it. So thank you for being here. Okay, so if you've watched any of my videos before, you know that I feel like I'm in the midst of this new growth, this new beginning, this expansion into my life. And I've done a lot of work to earn it. And I'm here and I feel it and I'm starting to see it unfold in front of me. And I got to tell you, it's pretty amazing. Last night I had a moment when we were out celebrating two of my beautiful friends' birthdays, where I literally just took a step aside and just like thanked the universe. Like, you know, when you know that you're in the right place and you're in the right with the right people, like you just know that you're meant to be here and that this is supposed to be exactly how it is. And it's so good. And it's good because it's safe and it's loving and it's kind and it feels right. And I literally just had a moment where I just stood there and just was like, thank you. Like, thank you for this, and thank you for the opportunity and the friendships and the resources to do these things. Like, just thank you. So I thought today that I was going to just go ahead and ask, like, what does this new season of expansion hold for me physically, financially, emotionally, and spiritually? And so I'm going to do a 6-card draw. We're calling it the Draw of Abundance. And the first card is going to be like the current energy, the threshold. So the energy that's surrounding me right now as this shift is happening. What's leaving, so the old frequency. What's emerging, like the new vibrations. Where to focus, like so where I can align myself and anchor in. Divine support. And then finally, future outlook. So let's get into what the cards have to say. All right, so today we pulled the 3 of Wands, the King of Pentacles, the Devil, the 6 of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, and the 5 of Wands, which is not lost on me that it continues to pop up. So I need to pay attention to this message. Okay, so we're starting off with the 3 of Wands, and this is the current energy. The 3 of Wands is about expansion, momentum, vision, and alignment with my future self. So I've always heard the 3 of Wands been talked about like he's waiting for his ship to come in, right? So like I am standing on the edge of something new. And I feel this. I feel this in my bones. And the 3 of Wands is showing up to tell me that my manifestations are taking form. They're not just dreams anymore, but they are visible waves of progression. Spiritually, it's confirming that my energy is in forward motion and that I am aligned with the frequency of opportunity. And if I keep looking ahead and not back, I'm going to walk into those opportunities that are waiting for me. So I think the overall message is that the universe is opening doors for me now because I'm finally ready to walk through them. Like, I'm now in a place to receive those blessings. I'm now in a place to fulfill them. Or I've done the healing or the work, or I've made that spiritual connection where I'm ready to walk through and receive these opportunities. So, loving that. Okay, next we come to what we're leaving behind, and we've pulled the King of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles is about control, comfort zones, and over-reliance on material stability. So, if you've watched any of my videos before, you know control is one of the things that I have been working hard to shed and release, because I love to be in control and I love to be comfortable. I love to control my environment. I love to control like the plans when I can. Again, I'm open to everybody's suggestions in devising the plans, but then I like to take control and make sure that I know how the plans are. It's the same when I walk through a process, right? Like, I want to know how I'm getting from here to there. I want the map, I want the compass, I want the backup, I want the GPS. Like, I want it all. I want to make sure I have water and snacks and like all the things, because I want to be comfortable as possible on the journey. And I've been letting this go. So this card is telling me that this old version of success, the one rooted in having to do and achieve and controlling outcomes, is falling away. That I'm moving from structure and hard-earned stability to being fluid and having intuitive abundance. Financially, this likely means that I'm shifting from scarcity or self-reliance into receiving support and flow with more ease, which is absolutely true. Just career-wise, I have listened to the universe, who I feel very strongly is telling me through signs and symptoms, like my computer crashing, like not getting security clearance for a position that I did take that I didn't want, but I felt like I needed to try to go back to work in the traditional sense. But more recently, over the last like 6 to 8 months, I've surrendered into there's another career path for me that does not involve traditional work. I believe it's spiritual, it's holistic. I believe that it's sharing my story, and sharing my knowledge that I have from the work that I do in social work, and from also my own healing journeys and my own spiritual journey, and helping people tap into their authenticity. And for whatever reason, the universe every month shows up and supports me. So I have been stepping out of this, like, I need to earn or feel successful by doing the traditional route. And I'm stepping more into this fluid and intuitive abundance, where I'm allowing it to happen, where I'm opening myself to receiving support and trying to flow with what comes as it comes, and to trust that the universe has my back. And so far, it continues to do so. So I think the message here is that I no longer need to hold it in all together alone. Because number one, I'm not alone. And number two, there's somebody else that, like Source, I believe, is the other entity or person that has a better idea of how I'm supposed to get to be. They have a better idea of the route to take. And that true prosperity comes from alignment and not over effort, right? I'm done trying to kill myself and flood myself into certain old ways of having to perform. And just allowing myself to understand and know that I can throw all this effort in over here, but still at the end of the day, if it's not right and it's not the path that I'm supposed to be going on or towards, I'm going to get detoured. I'm going to get rerouted. That's just how the universe works. Okay, in position number 3, we got the Devil card. And I got to tell you, I smiled when I saw the Devil card. Because the Devil card is about breaking attachments, right? It's about breaking the chains. What is holding you back so you can step into the new? So it's also about empowerment through awareness. Again, that breaking attachment and liberation from fear. All right, so the Devil card showing up here represents the moment that I began to start seeing through the illusion. And that I no longer live in that illusion anymore. I see through it. I see it for what it is. And I am realizing and have realized that the only thing that was ever limiting me in my life was me. Was fear. Was attachment to lack or old cycles or old patterns of thinking or behaviors. And I am now learning to take my power back from those old cycles of doubt, guilt, and self-sabotage and saying, no more. I know better. I've learned. And I'm no longer going to live in those cycles or those beliefs that I don't deserve or that lack is my destiny. Spiritually, this is also an alchemical transformation, right? It's reminding me that I'm turning the shadow into strength. And a lot of the healing work that I've been doing over the last couple of years has really been about stepping away from that traditional mindset that I need to fix the yuck inside of me. Whether that be my trauma, whether that be characteristics of myself that I'm not overly thrilled with. And what I've learned to do is to embrace the shadow within me because it's a part of me. I need that shadow inside of me as much as I need the light. And the whole, true healing comes when you can embrace both. Today I can honor my shadow and still shine my light. I'm not sure if I can explain that, but it's about embracing every part of me, loving every part of me, healing the parts of me that need to be healed, but not trying to heal and fix, trying to say, hey, come along with me. You're a part of me and you're hurt, so let's work on that. But embracing, whereas for a lot of years, a lot of my healing work and my trauma work was based on fixing that broken part of me or changing the aspects of myself that I didn't necessarily like. And change happens as you grow, but for me, it's no longer about wanting to kill or get rid of the shadow parts of me. It's about embracing it and finding the balance between the two and living in harmony with them both. So, turning shadow into strength is what I've been doing. And then I come and I share my shadow with you. I share my learning, I share my growth in hopes of encouraging you and giving you the strength to do the work for yourself. That's why I do this, because I want you all to have the healing that I have, or the spirituality that I have, or the peace that I have. Okay. So overall, I think the message is that I'm no longer bound by old stories. I have closed those books. And that abundance comes when you own your light and your shadow. Okay, now we're moving on to where to focus. and I pulled the Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups is about inner joy, gratitude, emotional safety, and playfulness. So for me, the anchor is returning to joy and emotional authenticity. The Six of Cups is asking me to reconnect with the version of myself that believed anything was possible. That kid on Christmas morning that believes that Santa has gone to every house in the entire world and delivered gifts. I'm being asked to go back and believe that anything is possible, to be childlike, to have faith that abundance is natural and that I deserve it, and to focus on gratitude, right? The more you express gratitude, again, what you put out into this world, the energy you put out into this world is the energy you get back. So the more I express gratitude, which is like the ultimate feel-good, probably strongest emotion I think that we have on this planet is gratitude. When I give that out, the more I give that out, the more the universe brings things in my life for me to be grateful for, because I'm putting out that energy. I need to keep giving from my heart because my heart is my soul, right? My heart is who I am. And that giving from my heart is a powerful stabilizer for my frequency. So if I am doing things from a heart-centered position with gratitude, with that belief that anything is possible, amazing blessings are going to come into my life because I'm operating from that frequency. And when I'm operating from that frequency, the universe has no choice but to bring things back on that same frequency level to me. So the message is that joy is my magnet. I need to chase joy. And if I feel joy, then I know I'm on the right path. And that the more that I live in appreciation, the more life will mirror that back to me. Okay. In position 5, which was divine support or guidance from the universe, I pulled the Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles is about steady progress, commitment, and building foundations. So I know I'm here. But I'm impatient. So anyways, Spirit is helping to remind me that it is helping me to create the sustainable abundance, the kind that lasts, that I'm looking for. And that I'm being divinely guided to keep moving forward one consistent step at a time. No shortcuts, but no stagnation either. Each act of grounded faith plants a seed. So listen, I make this series and a few people watch, and I so appreciate your support for those of you that watch. But I don't give up. I keep coming back. I keep making my videos. I keep tweaking a little bit the format or how I do things. Because for whatever reason, this is what I feel like I'm divinely called to do. I don't necessarily have it figured out. But for whatever reason, this feels right. So I am creating the foundation for where I will be in the future. I'm just at the beginning of those blocks where you're first putting that foundation in for the house and it looks like nothing, right? But it's actually the most important part of the entire house is the foundation. But once you have the foundation there, it doesn't look like much. Nobody's driving by and being like, there's a house there, right? It doesn't look like much, but it's the most important aspect of the new build. So the message is continue to trust the process, and consistency is my co-creation tool with the universe. Finally, for the path forward and the path ahead, we pulled the Five of Wands. And I gotta tell you, the Five of Wands keeps coming up for me. The Five of Wands is about creative tension, leveling up, and competition as growth. So it's also about conflict and disagreement and tension, right? So when I saw this card, I was like, Christ, can I not be done with challenges and conflict right now? But it's a part of life, and it's actually the best way that I learn. I learned the best lessons through challenges. So anyways, this card is suggesting to me in this pull that the path ahead brings expansion through challenge. So the Five of Wands is showing that growth won't always feel comfortable, but it will be productive. And let me tell you, when I'm comfortable, I'm not learning. Not saying that being comfortable isn't great as well, too. There's moments and times, but it's balance, right? Everything in life is about balance. And when I'm comfortable, I'm definitely not doing that self-exploration. I'm not seeking, I'm not learning because I'm comfortable. I'm good. I'm cozy here. I'm just going to be here in this moment. So the Five of Wands is showing that growth isn't always going to feel comfortable, but it will be productive. And as I rise, I will refine my voice, my purpose, and my boundaries. Spiritually, this card is saying, don't fear the friction. It's shaping you for mastery. So the overall energy of this card is that the energy of abundance will come with movement. And every challenge I face now polishes me for the brilliance that's coming down the pipe. Okay, so overall, what I'm being told is that this new season is absolutely one of expansion, as I told you I could feel. But it's not about chasing, it's about allowing. I am stepping into a cycle of empowerment, of empowered receiving, of grounded progress, and soulful joy. Physically, my energy strengthens. Financially, my stability turns to flow. Emotionally, I return to self-trust. And spiritually, I'm awakening to freedom from fear. The final message is, I am no longer manifesting from lack. I am manifesting from love, which is pretty powerful, right? Because today and now, I know that the stuff that I'm manifesting, that I'm asking for, I deserve, I'm worthy of, that I'll do good with, that I trust the universe, that the universe loves me and is taking care of me and is shaping my path, and that the work that I feel called to be doing is from love. It's heart-centered and it's from love. I don't know you, but I love you. And I want you to love yourself. I want you to be free from your limiting beliefs or your trauma or your hurt or your pain. I want you to have that. So it comes from a place of love. And because I'm manifesting from love and not from lack, the possibilities are endless. All right. Thank you so much for watching. This ended up being longer than I wanted it to be, so I apologize. I do hope that you're having a very blessed day. I'm going to throw the engagement question also in the comments, but today's engagement question is going to be, what part of your old energy are you ready to release so you can fully receive your next chapter of abundance? Let me know in the comments. Put it out to the universe. Take this as a first step and let the universe know I'm ready to shed this and release it so that I can step into the next chapter for me. Wishing you a very blessed day, friends. Thank you for watching.